Hello and good morning, my lovely fellow crafters. Welcome to those who are new to my channel, and welcome back to my regular subscribers. It's Terry from Vig Says Creates. Today's video is all about colouring images and then how to turn them into cards, which are giving you some sort of tips and ideas and inspiration on what to do with those coloured images. Because if you're anything like me, then sometimes you just feel like having a good old colouring session. So I'll often find that I think, oh, I just really fancy doing some colouring, do loads of colouring, end up with loads of images, and then think, oh, okay, I need to turn these into cards now. So, and I also bought myself a pack of Copics because I've been wanting some for ages. And you guys know how much I love my Spectrum Noirs, but I just really wanted some Copics as well, and there was an offer on, so I treated myself. So there's going to be 6 cards in this video. 5 of them have been coloured with my Copics and 1 with my Spectrum Noir. So come and join me and see what I come up with. A bit of an unusual setup for today's video. So basically, I decided to take advantage of a fantastic offer and invest in some Copics. So, you know, you'll know from watching my previous videos that I love like lots of different types of media. You know, I love die cutting, I love ink blending, heat embossing, stamping, but I also love colouring. And I tend to use either my Spectrum Noir Illustrator or Tri-Blend alcohol markers, or my Zig Clean Colour Real Brush pens. But I really wanted to get some Copics, so I invested in a 72 set of the Copic Chow. So I just want to show you what I've been playing with, really, sort of what I've done. So I'm going to switch the camera around and then show you. Okay, so first of all, I usually craft in my craft room, but today my husband has gone out. He's off to visit some family. I had a medical appointment this morning and I've got back, and I've got a video going live on my YouTube channel this afternoon that's part of a hop. So I wanted to take this opportunity just to have a bit more of a play with my Copic markers. So what you can see in front of you is my sort of setup for colouring. Now this little thing is fantastic. It's actually a menu board. So the idea is that you use it in the kitchen, and it's got these like handy little things that you lift up, and you can keep obviously menu pages like in a book open. But I find it really good for colouring. And then I've just got like a lap tray which has got a little light there. This is from Hobbycraft. So I'm basically sat in my living room doing some colouring and watching Jennifer Maguire videos. So yeah, this is my living room. Plants, but there you go. So basically I've been using 3 yellows and an orange, and I've just coloured this bloom. So these stamps are from Hot Off the Press. In the description box below I'll link to what the stamp set is called. It's lovely. So it's got these 3 images in, and then some nice sentiments. It might even have another image in there actually. And I've coloured this before. I've done it in blues and I've done it in reds. One as a winter birthday card and one as a Christmas card. But I wanted to sort of go for that Pantone look this time. So hence I'm playing with the yellows, and then I'm going to do the leaves in grey. So what I first did when I got my Copics was I swatched them all out. I drew little hearts and put the numbers underneath them into colour families. And because I've got a 72 set, there's obviously a lot there to work with, which is fab. And then last night in bed, I used a stamp set that I've been meaning to use for ages because it's so cute. And again, I'll link this below. And coloured these little gorgeous cuties, little sloths. So I've really, you know, Copics are really well known for how well they blend. And as you can see from this, I've achieved like a really good blend. I mean, I'm really pleased with that heart, for example. You can really see the sort of dimension on it. Whereas with this one, I'm going for more of a flicking technique. And on one of the other ones, I might try more of a sort of blended approach, because, you know, there's different ways to use them. So I'm just sort of experimenting. I tend to mix it up a bit. When I'm colouring florals, I do tend to do more flicking. Whereas when I'm colouring like cute little creatures and things like that, I do tend to do more of the blending. But I'm just going to have a play about, really. Hi friends, I'm back in my craft room now. So I've coloured up loads of images like I showed you. So this one, I did this one in the Pantone, I think that's how you pronounce it, for the colours for the year 2021, which is yellow and grey. I'm really pleased with the way that one turned out. And then as I was just exploring, playing with my new Copics, so I did this other bloom, also in the same colours, but using them in a different way, so trying to achieve a smooth blend, and the same with this one, but this one obviously using sort of peachy tones and green. And then I showed you the little sloths. I hadn't shown you this one, but this is a W+9 set that I recently got. It's a lovely large bloom. So this panel is an A6 card panel. I cut it down to that size, and as you can see, it fits like pretty much. It's the perfect size for an A6 card. It's got some lovely sayings on as well. You have a kind and beautiful soul. I'm proud to call you my friend. And then, you know, a lovely scripty hello. So I really like that one. But it was looking quite stark and white. I pulled myself out a card blank, and I was thinking about whether to trim this down a little bit and sort of mat it onto some patterned paper or some paper that picked out one of the colours or something. But what I ended up going for was I just used a blending brush and used some a light hand with some distress ink in shaded lilac all around the edges, which I think looks really nice. It sort of brings out the lilac of those florals, and it sort of just stops it looking so, because it looked really stark and white. And then I was looking through my stash, and I'm just going to use this Happy Birthday, which, as you can see, I've cut up, because sometimes I like to use a big happy and then just have a little birthday. But I'm just going to put Happy Birthday there and then mount that straight onto an A6 card. So I'll do that. And then I'll show you what I've done with my two sloths. They're so cute. They are so cute. So I've turned one into a birthday card and one into like a Valentine's Day card, because I often either get asked to make cards for people, or I make cards and donate them to the charity where I work. Stamp it a couple of times with my VersaFine Onyx Black, which is my ink pad of choice for stamping sentiments. Just stamp it quite lightly, and that's all it needs, and it just comes out lovely and crisp every time. Honestly, this ink, if you're looking for a decent ink to stamp sentiments with, I can't recommend this enough. And it's, you know, because it's being a pigment ink, you know, you can clear heat emboss over it as well, so I often use it for that. So I'll just put these over there to dry for a little bit, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with my sloth cards, which are so cute. So this one, I just thought I'd keep it really clean and simple, and I've put have a slothsome birthday. Let me show you which stamp set it's from, actually. So it's this Art Impressions stamp set. It's got all of these lovely, I mean, I love sloths, but these are just so adorable. So I say I've used these two, and then I've yet to use these, but I'm just in a real colouring mode at the moment. I think sometimes it's just so nice to just colour. You know, it's so relaxing and fun, and I just really love it. But you know, I've got quite a few coloured images, and I thought, right, it's a Sunday afternoon, let's just go and assemble some cards, so that I actually, you know, feel like I've done something productive, although I have done some washing. So I was looking through my stash and I found this nice brightly coloured card. I've put some double-sided adhesive on the back of that. So again, I'm covering the whole. This is an A2 size card, so 4¼ by 5½. And I've cut the panel to, I'm not sure of the exact measurements, but obviously it's 5½ inches tall, and just so that you can see a bit of pattern either side. So it's again going to be quite a clean and simple card, so I just need to stick that down. And similarly with the other sloth, again I wanted to keep that quite clean and simple, but I figured, you know, that's just the look on his little face, he's all sort of loved up and he's really happy, so I just thought that would be a really nice clean and simple Valentine's Day card. So again, you know, that would probably be something that I would donate to the charity. And I found this card in my stash, so this nice, well, thick paper, which I thought looked really nice. So I've cut this down. Again, I'm not quite sure of the measurements, but I'll cut it down so that it would leave a nice border around it, basically. In fact, I don't know, let's cut a bit more off the sides. Now I am going to cut a bit, yeah, I think I will. Let's see, I'll just take a little hair off each side, because, you know, there's a lot of white space, so we've got a lot to play with. Oh yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah. So this paper, I'm not sure where it's from. Again, I bought it in a bundle. Actually, I've just realised this one isn't from my stash. This one is from the one of the new releases from Sam Calcott, Made to Surprise. This is the I bought the complete set to make these. So I bought these. Again, I'm going to stamp some of these images and colour them. I bought this. It's to make a shutter card, and I watched the video and I was like, oh my god, like I'm only sort of dipping my toes into kinetic cards, so to have you know, a set that does it all for you and such cute images, I just thought, sod it, I'm going to treat myself to the entire bundle, which included the paper pad, which has got loads of sort of sweet and cake themed and you know, sweet treat themed paper, but this one wasn't, and I really liked that and thought that looked nice as a background for that. So that be they. Yeah, so we've got those two, and then this one. Check they're all in shot for you. So yeah, it's really nice and clean and simple. I think I'm going to add some of the clear Nouveau drops. So yeah, so I'm just going to adhere those and then figure out what to do with this. I think I'm going to cut this panel down and then use that as a centerpiece, and the other two I'm not quite sure yet. So I'll see you back in a bit with some more progress. For this fourth card, to finish it off, I'm not sure, I can't remember whether I showed you. This is the image that I used from this hot off the press watercolour roses stamp set. I used a similar design to one of the previous cards, where I just have the main panel in the centre, atop a piece of coordinating cardstock. I found a nice dark cool grey, and then I cut a strip of vellum, just white vellum, and this is a happy birthday scripty sentiment from My Favourite Things. I think this is the first time I've used this one actually. So that's nice because it obviously gives the sentiment but doesn't hide too much of the actual image. And then I simply finish that off with a scattering of Nouveau Jewel Drops in Grey Mist. So these have just been added, but once they dry, they'll be clear with a faint hint of grey. So I'm quite pleased with that card. I think that looks really nice and classy. I decided to go for a really clean and simple design. I had coloured the bloom, and I really like the way it turned out, actually, with the sort of gradient from the sort of dark orangey colour through to the yellow. So it's like a yellowy orange rose. Again, sort of going for this Pantone colour for 2021. And because it's so small, I just wanted to just keep it really clean and simple. So I used an ink blending brush and an Altenew mini ink cube in Citrus Burst, and I just did a circle of soft lemony colour. And then I added a strip of the same card that I used on the other yellow and grey card, which was left over in my stash. I just cut a strip off and put that down the left hand side. I used a pretty scripty thank you stamp from the same set that the roses came in, and just added a few blobs of the grey, misty grey jewel drops, which dry like that. As you can see, they look more cloudy here, but they do dry like that once they're fully dry. So now there's just the last one to make. So this one, so I've trimmed it down and it's about 4 inches square. So for this final card, I trimmed the image down into a 4-inch square piece of card, and then I've recently bought this handy dandy little gadget from Crafter's Companion, which distresses the edges. So I've just been, just in case you haven't used one of these before, which I hadn't, but I had seen used. It's got tiny little blades, and I mean, you can get the same effect, I guess, from just running your scissors along it, but I think it was in a bundle of things, and you know, it makes it easier and you don't have to worry about accidentally cutting your fingers open, kind of thing. But yeah, so I've been using that to just distress the edges. You'll also notice that I've inked the edges, and I did that with antique linen distress ink, just to give it sort of an aged look, and hence that's why I decided to use this crimping tool, which is yeah, Crafter's Companion Edge Crimper. I really like that effect though, actually. And then I found a piece of pistachio green Craft Perfect cardstock, and I've cut that to 5 inches square, and then I've made myself a 5.5-inch square card blank, which is what you can see just here. And I've also got some twine. I've got a piece of twine, and I've got a little bow twine that I've actually upcycled from something that was on something else, because I don't like waste. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I like to use everything that I can and not waste anything. So this is the final card in this series of cards, which I say has all been about different ways to use your coloured images and turn them into cards. Got a little, I'm not really a big one for fans of bows and stuff, but I think I'd, you know, sort of prefer it maybe if it was like tied round it. Don't know what it is about bows. I think I just associate bows with like children. Do you know what I mean? And like having like little bows in the hair and stuff. I don't know, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird how our brains work and the associations that we have. But the idea of having some twine, some like mixed twine to go with the sort of aged look, I quite like the idea of that. Yeah, I think I quite like that. So I tie that this end behind. I'll trim the edges of this twine off and keep it because, you know, you never know when little bits of twine or ribbon or whatever might come in handy. So because this has obviously got twine behind it, I'm going to have to raise that up onto foam pads, which is fine. And then I think I'm going to keep that blank because I can then add a sentiment onto that at a later date, depending on what I need. Because as I've said before, it is good sometimes to have blank cards. Just use some tape roll. And cover the whole of the back of this. So even from just colouring a very sort of small image, you know, you can get some quite, you know, a decent card out of just a small image, really, by making that the focal point. So all of the images in this video have been coloured with my new Copic markers, apart from the W+9 one. That one was coloured before I received my markers, my Copics. So this one was coloured with my Spectrum Noir alcohol markers, which I still love. I just now also love Copics. Okay, so I'm going to stick this onto the card. Yep, that's pretty good. And then I'm going to stick this on, but I'm also going to add some glue. So again, because I've cut all these, we've got 4 inches, then 5 inches, then 5.5, so it's not too difficult to line up. I'm pleased with that. I think that looks really cute. What do you reckon? Okay, so if we bring all of the other cards back into shot, we can see what we've made. So from colouring up a few different images, so having those sorts of days where you just feel like doing some colouring and then you end up with loads of coloured images that you then need to turn into cards. I've got this one. I've got this one. We've got a really cute sloth Valentine's Day, Slothsome birthday, happy birthday, and thank you. So that's 6 cards, all different. 2 using the sort of colours of the year 2021, the Pantone yellow and grey colours. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Hope you have picked up some tips and techniques. Just let me know in the comments any tips or techniques that you've picked up, or if any particular cards that you really like, or anything at all. Just let me know. And if you have liked and enjoyed this video and it's given you some tips and things, it'd be great if you would use your thumbs and like the video. And if you like it enough and think, yeah, I'd like to watch more stuff like this, then it'd be great if you consider subscribing. So thanks a lot, and bye from me today. See and speak to you soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.